Welcome to the video 3 about how of positivity. Do you think you can be the happiest version of yourself by reducing negativity such as stress and anxiety? Research suggests that pursuing positivity is not equal to reducing negativity. There are situations where less negative emotion do not mean more positive emotions, or vice versa. Although stress coping and resilience are important, to lead a life with much positivity, we need to also learn about the how of positivity. The experts we consulted recommended 4 methods for university students: savoring, gratitude, mindfulness, and relaxation. The first is savoring. Savoring is a process through which we intensify, prolong, and increase positive emotions. The word savor is often used to describe how we appreciate tasty food, for example. Essentially, we do the same for any types of positive experiences, including leisure. How exactly do we savor? Well, Bryant and Burnoff suggested 6 main ways. First is to share positive experiences with others. It's like a capitalization or sharing positive life events we learned in the relationship module. The second savoring technique is memory building. This involves, for example, thinking about how we would remember an amazing experience later. Say you did a great job organizing a holiday event for your family this year. Then, even before finishing this event, you think of how you will remember the effort you made and a sense of accomplishment you felt every year during this holiday season. Third is sensory sharpening. Our senses, including vision, audio, smell, taste, and touch, are deeply related to our emotions. So blocking senses less related to a certain positive experience helps us focus on the senses that are particularly relevant. Suppose I am walking in a river valley area right behind the university. I am hearing beautiful chirping of birds. So I close my eyes and focus on my auditory experiences. Fourth, we can savor by absorption, as in immersing ourselves into the unfolding positive experience. Essentially, we avoid being distracted. This is easier said than done. One way to be more absorbed is to practice mindfulness, which we will discuss in a minute. Fifth, behavioral expression is an important way to savor. When we compete and win, we sometimes do a fist bump or high fives, right? They are the examples of behavioral expressions. Sixth and last is temporal awareness. This is to realize that a positive moment does not last forever. For instance, you may be having a board game night with your family members, but you realize that you all are busy and you may not be able to get together like this as often in the future. It's a little sad to think this way, but also it makes this experience all the more precious. The second way to increase positivity in your daily life is through gratitude. Gratitude is having a sense of appreciation and expressing it through our behaviors. Gratitude interventions, intentionally increasing our practice of gratitude, appears to enhance mental health and well-being of university students. Some common gratitude interventions involve keeping a journal, writing down 3 good things, writing thank you notes, and doing mental subtraction. For example, each evening, write down 3 good things you appreciate that happened that day. They could be anything from something simple like your breakfast that tasted good, to something more special like a university staff who went out of their way to help you. Mental subtraction is to imagine a life without something that you like. For example, imagine a life without your favorite leisure experience. How do you feel about that? Then you realize that your leisure is very special to you. Whatever method you choose, it is important to practice it daily. Also, Important to know is that gratitude is not only about pursuing, but also about noticing, realizing great things we already have in our life. This point is very important. Sometimes we may focus on pursuing what we don't have rather than being grateful for amazing things we have. The third key strategy for greater positivity is mindfulness. You may have heard of this concept. Mindfulness is about being present, here and now, and being aware of what's happening around us and inside us, such as our emotions and thoughts, without being judgmental about them. Mindfulness interventions have been one of the most reliable ways to make us happier. A common mindfulness practice is called body scanning, in which we lie down comfortably, take a deep breath, and pay deliberate attention to our body from toes to head, focusing on each part like our feet, ankle, calves, knees, and thighs, and so on. There are many meditations and mindfulness programs available on platforms such as YouTube, Netflix, and various smartphone apps. You might want to check out these resources. Another popular mindfulness technique is mindfulness coloring. You can look up mindfulness coloring books on the internet, and there are various options. These coloring books have pages of detailed patterns, so completing them helps us focus our attention and be more present. Also, the outcome is beautiful. The above description of mindfulness techniques also suggests a connection between mindfulness and leisure. One of my past studies showed that military veterans with different disabilities became more mindful through scuba diving. Scuba diving is a great example of how recreation activity can foster mindfulness because we have to be very aware of our breathing. Underwater, it can also be very quiet and calming. Some of our daily leisure experiences may be helping us practice mindfulness, or at least have that potential. Sometimes, even cooking helps me be a little more mindful. The rhythmic chopping, really focusing on my senses like the sound of boiling and grilling. What are some of your mindfulness moments? Relaxation is the last factor we discussed as a means to greater positivity. Relaxation is defined as the positive emotional state characterized by low arousal, meaning that our body loosens up and heart rate slows down. Research shows that relaxation, or what is called recovery and detachment, is one of the main reasons why leisure enhances our well-being. It is called detachment because our mind is not thinking about our responsibilities during our leisure. Although relaxing leisure helps us detach and recover from stress related to studying and working, the value of relaxation is more than that. Some scholars argue that relaxation leads to a state called pause, which disrupts our daily routines and facilitates our reflection and our sense of wondering. For this pause to happen, we need relaxing, unstructured time. Now look at your calendar. How many open spots do you have in your day and a week? Are you running from one scheduled event to another? Or do you have a moment of relaxation? When we can pause and relax, we have opportunities to be open and receptive to things that come to us rather than we seek, whether it is activities, people, or places. So when was the last time when you had some time when you did not schedule anything and could really pause? For the learning activities of Module 7, Emotions, I would like you to try 2 things. First, practice gratitude through social media. Please share one post, preferably with a picture, about something that you are grateful for 5 consecutive days. When you post, add a quick caption of why you are grateful. It could be posted on any social media platform such as Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, for example. If you don't have social media accounts or don't want to do this exercise over there, you can put it in your learning journal. While posting, note how much of what you choose is related to your leisure. If you struggle to find sources of gratitude, think of things that you did today and try to mentally subtract them each. You may realize that your day could have been worse if you did not do certain things. And that's what you can be grateful for. Second, if you can, schedule an unstructured time this week. Block time in your scheduler for moments of pause. It could be one chunk like 1 hour, or it could be a series of 15-minute periods throughout the day or across days. And work to avoid letting something unnecessary replace your pauses. That scheduled unstructured time is important for all of us. You have my permission to say to your friend who wants to meet up during that time, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have an assignment from my professor during that time." After doing gratitude posts on social media and having scheduled pauses, please let us know how you felt on your discussion forum. Did you enjoy it? Did you feel less stressed out afterwards? Or opposite? Why and why not?